how can we organize cobalt supply chains in a responsible way? Well, we aimed at creating traceability along dormakaba's value chains, and particularly we looked at cobalt because cobalt is contained in many of the electronic components of dormakaba's products.
The sustainability and human rights specialists at dormakaba reached out to our institute, where we conducted desk-based research in combination with targeted expert interviews.
We understood that there are certain elements of potential human rights impacts in our supply chains, and these are very complicated and fragmented supply chains when it comes to cobalt. And we really wanted to have a neutral and academic view on what is best practice on how to tackle the issue.
The initial purpose was a classic investigative research task. However, our report made it clear that full traceability cannot be achieved since artisanal and large-scale mining are inherently interlinked. In particular, artisanal mining is fairly unregulated and notorious for child and human rights abuses, while at the same time it is also a source of important income for the local communities.
The goal of creating transparency couldn't be achieved because the cobalt supply chain is notoriously opaque. Therefore, we had to shift the focus on actually solving the problem on the ground with collaborative approaches, including NGOs, communities, and so on.
The study proved that working together with local experts and actually creating a systematic change on the ground is essential. And so we started looking for partners that would fit that criteria, that were experts in child labor remediation. And we have now established a partnership with Save the Children Switzerland and the Center for Child Rights and Business in the DRC.
Dormakaba is one of those hidden giants in the Swiss economy. For us, it was very important to know that the research impacted their practices on the ground, making sure that child labor is eradicated, human rights respected in the supply chain. For people here in Switzerland, it's very important to know that the products of Dormakaba they're using every day, keys, security gates, are made with respect for human rights.
The biggest success is that the company really took on our recommendations and started to implement them, and also to bring further companies and other stakeholders on board to extend the impact that they have.